Hello and welcome to a surprise pop-up live chat. Well, I say surprise, I did kind of schedule this chat a couple of hours ago, but I didn't know I was going to do a few chats today, a few chats tonight, I should say. I'll be doing a chat now. Oops. Let's turn the phone off before I even start. Let's pause that one so that I don't have any interruptions. Okay, so as I was saying, I'm going to do two chats tonight. The first one is going to be on Prince George and his school and what will be different about this year from last year. And the second chat is going to be about Princess Eugenie's wedding and all the talk that's going on about the cost of it to the taxpayer. So I'm going to do it in two parts. I'm going to do this chat and then I'll move on to a new chat. So please, after this, don't stay in the chat room. Move on to the next chat. If you're watching on catch up, none of this will matter to you. So I'm just explaining to the people that are here live. So who is here live? We have Rosary Chaplet, Anne Holloway, Sweet Serenity, Soliarda 222, and Rodney Jackson, and Go Getter, and Mrs. VSNC09, and Marion and Sue Miller, and Sharon Huff. I think I've said Sweet Serenity already. H.A. Bracken, MSMB 2012, H.J. London, and Audrey Evans, and Jay Leon, and Claire Stewart. So I'm not going to take any questions about anything else other than the topic I'm going to be talking about tonight, because you can ask me anything you want tomorrow when I do my live chat. So save all those questions for tomorrow. So we're going to start with, and I've got some notes because I've got a few facts written down as well. So we're going to start with the fact that in September, Prince George will start year one at Thomas's Battersea, which is a fee-paying private school, and it costs £17,604 a year to attend the school. So he will be starting his second year, which is actually year one. Year one, it's classed as. So let's cast our minds back to last year, and we'll see a little bit about what will be different this year when he starts his first day back. So last year, Catherine was in the very early stages of pregnancy with Prince Louis, and she couldn't take him to his first day of school. It was just Prince William who took him, and they met Helen Haslam. I think that's Helen Haslam, I think that should be, which is head of the lower school of Thomas's Battersea. So that's the lady that we saw in the photographs greeting Prince George and William, of course. So Catherine couldn't attend because she was sick with that severe morning sickness. And it's also the time, obviously, when we found out that she was pregnant. So that's what was happening back then. And also, the first day of a royal's first day at school is always quite historic. There's always a photo shoot, a photo call, the press are invited. It's quite a historic moment where the public is involved. The second year and subsequent years, not so much. I mean, obviously, when he changes schools, that will be a big deal when he starts university. I know we're thinking quite far ahead, but that will be different, and there will probably be big photo calls and press calls then. But for the second year, for this year, there will be no formal photographs released, we don't think. I mean, last year, Catherine, I think it was Catherine that took the photos of his first day at school, leaving Kensington Palace on the steps. I don't think we're going to get some new photos to mark the second year of his school. So don't expect any, but if we do see some, that will be a nice surprise, but I don't expect we'll see any photographs released from Kensington Palace. We certainly won't have any photographers outside the school like we did last year. And possibly, I think it's most likely that Catherine and William might take George to school. Maybe a little bit of a catch-up for Catherine. Of course, William and Catherine have been taking Prince George to school and picking him up throughout the year. But I think for Catherine, it might be a nice little rerun to kind of, to drop him off for his first day of his second year, but classed as first year within the school. So I think that will be quite nice for her. So there will be some changes, but it certainly won't be as much as a public occasion as it was the first time around. So I'm going to go to the chat room now and take a look and see what people are saying. We have some new people join us. We have Megan B, Kathy G, Julie Saldana, Judy. We have Julianne. And Anne Holloway says, Prince George is growing up so fast. Arnold Sanders says, hope they do a better job of security. Yes, there was some security, well, a security breach where a man did manage to get into the school, but fortunately, George was not there at the time. Seven Bridges Road is here too, and Countess Bavaria. Sue Miller says, is this the same school that William and Harry attended? No, it is not. William and Catherine did not choose to send them to the same prep school. They did, this is kind of, it's in the sort of south kind of London. It's not right next to the palace. It is quite a drive. There are some videos somewhere of the route where you can kind of follow the route. So it isn't quite as close as William and Harry's were to Kensington Palace. There is quite a drive, which William and Catherine do most days, as long as they're available to do so. Oh, by the way, we have 82 people watching right now. So if you are watching, please give this video a really big thumbs up if you are enjoying it. And also subscribe, like it says on the cloth, because it really does help. So let's go back to the chat room and see what's going on. James Metaphor, I think he's saying he would like a quick picture of George off to school. It would be very nice, but let's not jump the gun. If we don't get one, let's not be surprised and not be disappointed. But if we do get one, it will be a really nice surprise. Megan B says, I'd love to see a picture of Catherine taking George to school for his first day this year. Again, it would be nice. It would really be nice. Maybe we'll see a photograph released. I don't know. Like I say, let's not get our hopes up. But if we do get one, I think that'll be really, really good. Anne Holloway says, cute crown. It's actually a replica of the Queen's Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Can you see? It's pretty much almost an exact replica. Well, it's as an exact replica as I can afford anyway. They're certainly not real diamonds, but shh. Don't tell anybody. Hola to Ambi, Alessandra. Taverna says, are you a laird or lord yet? No, I haven't done that for the video. I am going to do that for an upcoming video. And I'm also going to do part 2 of the food hamper video. So look for that. I'll probably do that next week. I've done quite a lot of eating this week, so I haven't really felt like sitting down and tasting the different foods. But next year, next week, next year, the food would be off by next year. Next week, I am going to sit down and I'm going to sample all those delicious foods. Or rather, I'm not looking forward to the pickle. I think the pickle I wasn't really looking forward to. But there will be a part 2, and it definitely will be coming. And also, I'm going to open the special package, which I mentioned as well. So look out for those upcoming videos. Roberta says, what's up with the bow tie? It's a Scottish saltire. It was bought on my Amazon wish list. And if you look, it's a Scottish saltire. Because obviously the Queen is in Scotland, in Balmoral, for her summer break. So I've gone for a more Scottish look tonight, I think. Susan Sachs says, hi, Elliot, what a pleasant surprise. Again, make sure you hit the notification bell so that you know whenever I pop up and do a surprise chat. HJ London says, in the future, can you do a video explaining how and why the House of Royalty changes, i.e. Plantagenet, Stuart and Windsor? From September onwards, I plan to do a lot more historical videos or talking about the history of the British royal family. So that is a really good idea, but I already have that on my list of things to do. Sweet Serenity says, love the bow tie. Jojo says, hello, my laird. Not quite yet. I haven't done it yet. And I'm going to plan. I may as well tell you while I'm here. I'm planning on doing. If you remember from one of my opening videos, I received a very lovely Lego Buckingham Palace, and I've still got to do that. But I kind of peeked into the box and I saw the amount of parts and stages to do it, and I thought, oh my goodness, it's definitely going to take maybe a week to film over different days, because I don't think I have the patience to sit down there and do it all the way through. I love Lego. I loved playing Lego when I was young, but I never really followed a set where you had to follow instructions. It was always things that I wanted to build, like houses and things like that. So it's going to be a challenge, I think, for me for concentration, sitting down and doing it. So I think if I aim to maybe do an hour a day, putting it together, and I can film and I can do a time lapse and I can do, you know, what would probably turn into a proper 20-minute video of me putting together this Lego Buckingham Palace. So we have that to look forward to too. HA London says, thank you for planning on doing that. Video on the history, can't wait. And Kelly Vernon says, hello, all from Phoenix. Hello to everybody in Phoenix. Okay, so do we have any more comments on Prince George starting school and what might be different? I mean, I can't think of anything else particularly that would be different. I mean, obviously, you know, parents all across the UK and probably different parts of the world where they have a summer break are probably getting ready for back to school. So new uniforms will be being bought, new sets of stationery, pens, pencils, all that kind of thing will be being bought. And kids, even though it's kind of, they've still got, you know, obviously kind of, is it 3 weeks? 3 weeks left? They will be getting ready and prepared for school. But I hope Prince George has had, and Princess Charlotte, has had a really lovely summer break. Prince Louis is too young to know that it's a summer break. I mean, he's a baby. He's always on, he's on a permanent break. But I hope Charlotte and George are really enjoying their summer break. I don't know yet if they are in Balmoral. It might be a good indication on Sunday when we look for who's at church. Are William and Catherine seen in the car next to the Queen? Last week, Prince Andrew was there, so we know that the Yorks were there. We don't know about Sarah Ferguson. We didn't see her, but she was there last year. But if we see William or Catherine, obviously on Sunday, that will be a big indication that they are at Balmoral with the Queen. But as of yet, no indication on that. Kathy D says, good luck, Lego takes forever. It looks like it's going to take forever. I think there's like 57 stages in the booklet that I looked at. So yes, that will be a big labour of love. Megan B says, I'd like to see what George has for lunch. Well, I can imagine it's probably not a packed lunch. I think when I looked on the website, because the school has a website, they do a certain type of catering and cuisine that is tailored towards making you, you know, extra clever for your lessons. So it is quite a nice bespoke culinary lunch, I think. In fact, I might even make a video on that about what Prince George has for lunch. That's a really good idea. Kelly Vernon says school has started here. Roberta says, will George wear short pants to school? It's likely, and it goes back to the tradition of, I think it's called birching or breeching. It's breeching. I couldn't think then. It's a tradition of breeching, and I think male children get breeched round about the age 7. So we will mostly see George pretty much like we do now, always in shorts. I mean, I don't think I've seen him in a pair of like proper trousers when he's out formally. It's always shorts until he's technically breeched at 7, and then he can wear trousers. And if you look at William and Harry, they kind of followed that tradition too. Roberta says, were Meghan and Harry in Scotland? No evidence of that. We haven't seen any photographs. Again, the only true indication that we will ever have, because it's a private holiday, will of course be the church service when the cars leave. Although it's not always even a true indication, because some of the royals don't go all the time. So we'll have to just wait and see. If we see them, we see them. If we don't, we don't. And that's just the way it is. Also with the royals, with regards to school, they do have a bit of a media deal where, for example, the like first occasions of things, there will be photo calls, and the rest of the time they leave them alone privately. So I doubt we will see any paparazzi type pictures or anything of that nature for George's first day this year. Deborah 9 says, hey, what's this? It's a surprise pop-up chat. HA London says, wow, school in the US is starting so early these days. 7 British Road thinks he has barbecue ribs for lunch. And Kelly Vernon says, I bet they taste his food before he eats it. I don't know, but we do know that there is probably a personal protection officer assigned to be with George at school. Let's have a look. Oh, Maya, don't worry. I'm going to start another chat in a little bit. Sweet Serenity says, lovely what Prince George has for lunch. Firm believer, diet is important for wellness and brain power as well. Rosary Chaplet says, love your crown. It's the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a replica. I didn't steal it off the Queen. And it's not the Swedish stolen crown jewels either. James Medford says, where is Prince Philip? Beatrice sat with the Queen on the way to church. Again, perhaps he might not literally want to go to church. We don't know. The Queen is a big churchgoer and she goes every single week. But if Philip didn't feel up to it, if he didn't want to go, he's retired, he doesn't have to, and it's a private occasion and a private matter. So he really doesn't have to. Oh, by the way, did you know, just a random fact as we were talking about my tiara, there is going to be a very important jewels sale with some jewels belonging to Marie Antoinette, the queen who was beheaded, the French queen. And there are some amazing jewels that she wore, some pearls and different bits of diamonds. I would love them. In fact, I would love if they made some replicas of them. It would be really fabulous. Okay. Lady Buckingham Dawn says, hi, what a surprise. What did I miss? We were talking about Prince George's first day at school and what will be different this year from last year. But I am going to go now and do another chat. So I am going to now log off this one because I think we're done with this subject, and I'm going to start a new chat. So if you're in this chat room, leave this chat room. Press the X, leave it, and in about 2 minutes I will be logged onto the new chat where you will need to enter that chat room. If you're watching on catch up, none of this will matter to you whatsoever, so don't worry about any of that. So I hope you've enjoyed this portion of the chat. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media and hit that notification bell so that you are notified whenever I post a video or make one of these surprise pop-up chats, because you never know when I might go live. So join me on the next chat, but from me in Shropshire, goodbye.